Welcome back to Chillin with CuZo. I be wanting to say like podcasts and stuff because I started so many, but I'm gonna be back on those. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be back on those. Um, I'm just waiting on my brother to get on, but about to do this college football recap. You feel me? It's been a great Saturday. I'm not gonna lie. For week one, that thing was spectacular. Uh, but yeah, we about to recap this whole. Let me see. But man, let's talk about Colorado though, real quick. 'Cause I know once he hop on, that's what we're gonna talk about. Um, man, what's his name? Shador? Because I want to make sure I say his name. Shador Sanders throwing for 500 yards. You know, week one, when they were just saying like, um, pretty much kind of downplaying his competition in the HBCU, but then to come over and drop 500 yards on TCU was spectacular. All right, hold on. Yo,
Yeah. What's up, bro?
nothing much, chilling, bro.
Chilling,
Man,
bro.
what a Saturday, right?
Well, it's Saturday, man. God damn.
Ah, man. What stood out to you?
Well, do you want to talk about the thing you want to talk about the most, bro? Do you want to talk about Colorado?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Okay,
get it.
let's talk about Colorado, man. Bro, I was so proud. I don't know why, but I was so proud, bro. And that night was
Yeah.
my team. I'm so proud of Colorado right now.
That's why I was saying. I was like, I'm not even necessarily a Colorado fan, but I'm very happy for Dion. You know,
Yeah,
man, stuff like this don't really happen that often, but to like just be able to watch history. You feel what I'm saying? Like people don't realize that they're in history, like in the moment. But like when you know, look after the game, and of course statistics are going to come out, and boy, they broke some records. Let's just put it like that.
yeah.
Jesus.
Boys,
Yeah.
we seen like the true talent of well, both the center boys, put it like that.
Hmm.
Both with them and Travis, bro. We seen like the true talent of them. And that shit that made me happy. Especially Travis, bro. Cause that boy played both sides of the ball. Like both sides, literally on the ball, bro.
Yeah. Damn, stuff like that you don't even see often.
And like, bro, he has to be like a first round draft pick. He's a must. He is a must, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cause I don't remember the last time I seen something like that, bro. I don't recall seeing something like that in general, bro, to be honest.
Me neither, bro. I've been watching college football for a minute now, and I've never seen no shit like this.
Oh, yeah, Los in chat.
Listener.
Yeah, he in the bottom.
Alright.
What's
Yo,
up, fellas?
yo.
Tell
What's
What's
up, man?
Los.
happening?
Just chilling, bro.
Yes, sir.
Shit, we just got done talking about Colorado. You care to add? You ready to add?
Man, hey, I do want to add. Hey, what that boy Dion said. Them two drop deep balls, man. He would have caught both of them. Heisman chin at the crib, bro. Straight up. That boy Travis Hunter.
Nice.
That boy a
Hey,
beast.
nice. But like I know we all talking about Travis and whatnot, but ain't nobody also seeing what Shadir did as well. Shadir threw for 510. Or 5 or 4 touchdowns, bro. Like Shadir had a day too as well. Four different receivers over 400 yards. That boy had a day, man. He's also putting his ticket in for the Heisman race as well. So that
Yeah.
just that whole like honestly like I find the only thing that might hold Colorado back if anything is just defense right now because they're gonna be in a lot of shootouts.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So you got to definitely like find a way to like get the defense together, so that way these games gonna be dominant. Like anybody you play on, y'all stepping on next, and we going by our Saturday. Simple. But all around that whole offense, fire, bro. Just seeing the clips and everything, fire.
Shit. My thing is, what do you think about Florida? Like, do you think Florida Gator football is like done for a little minute? Like, it's gonna be
I
some
think,
time to get
yeah,
back.
like
Yeah,
how Miami is right now. Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
All honestly, cause it seemed like, like it's more so been with coaching than it has been with like recruiting. They're gonna always have players. They're gonna always get their Florida players. They're gonna always get the guys they need. It's literally coaching at this point. So like the Gators won't be where they at till they get the right coach. Because right now this is definitely like definitely taking like a little sink in the water.
Yeah,
What y'all think about the Gators?
that shit dead. I mean, I can't really. Yeah, like you feel me? Like I want to give an elaborate answer, but that shit look bad. Really.
yeah. That
Hey,
is done.
if y'all
Terrible.
want, if
To Utah, Cam Rising wasn't even playing.
huh?
He
Oh
did not even play.
yeah, yeah. Even that makes it worse. Hey yo, but if y'all want to, y'all can put y'all Twitch name on it if y'all want to,
Oh yeah.
for sure. Um, damn. But what I was about to say, let's talk about these damn blowouts, right? Because some of these things are kind of just like they look like Madden, and you playing your little brother scores. Like that's what these look like. 81-7 Oregon Portland State. Like that's crazy as hell. 81-7.
For me, it's that Oklahoma Arkansas State game, 73-0.
Oh my
It's like
god.
what like for both of those teams, what have y'all been doing this whole entire summer? Did y'all just put pass on last week?
That's what I'm saying. Like at least a touchdown, a field goal, or something. See, at
At
least
least score
Mercer
30 if
scored.
they gonna put 80 up. Or 70. At least
God
put 30
damn.
points up. Like make it seem like y'all was actually trying to compete.
But it's so many
Yeah.
blowouts that happen though. It's so
But
Yeah.
Ole
many.
Miss 73-7 against Mercer. At least Mercer scored though.
Yeah, true. Oregon, 81-7.
Yeah. So
But
Let's talk about um quarterback situations as
we're
far as
at.
certain schools. Let's start with Ohio State first. Let's get that shot away now.
What
Please,
y'all
let's get
think
that
about
shot
that boy
away.
McCord?
Darius, go ahead, man. You seen the game.
that that shit
I
look like
already know
trash, bro.
Darius at some point cut that shit off too.
I did. I did. I cut up for the second half. I promise you. I couldn't take it no more, bro. Yeah, that shit look like trash. Shit. We back in the Stone Age, Los. We back in the Stone Age, bro. No one count to you. We, I'm sad. Our QB situation trash. I don't believe in Ryan Day no more. I just don't. But we need help. We just need help, bro. Yeah, I just want Morris Harris to sit out. It's not safe for him right now. It's not safe. It's not safe for Morris Harris. Cause he's gonna set that ball up, and that ball might end up getting injured, bro. No, he needs to sit out. I'm sorry, it's not safe.
Guys,
Man,
that's why I said he need to pull that Jamar Chase.
just sit out. He gonna be the top receiver drafted anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
His
he
name
got
already
nothing to lose
placed
at
in
this
there.
point.
He had nothing to play for at this. Exactly, had nothing to play for, bro. Like I'm at work, so I'm following through with the game as far as keeping up with like stats and like certain shit being posted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just sitting here like, okay, it's cool to see that the defense held them to 3 points under like 200 yards of offense or whatever, right? That's cool. But I mean, like, how long that's gonna last? How
Mm-hmm.
long that's gonna last? You feel me? Like with a struggling offense, well, it's not even a struggling offense. Everything is around but the quarterback. We got receivers, O line, running backs, tight ends,
Mm-hmm.
loaded talent.
They just suck.
No quarterback. It's just literally no quarterback. You good, bro? So it's like how how are we gonna expect us to win games with like? Don't get me wrong. How the defense play was not bad, but how we gonna win
Running
games
back.
with no quarterback?
We just excuse me. We just need the QB, bro.
That's
Because
it.
do you see Marvin's heavy stats?
2 catches, like 24 yards,
24. Last time I checked, that bit was 18. But I did
18.
turn the game off. I don't know. But yeah,
Top
bro.
receiver in college right now. And then we got Emeka. Only thing Emeka touched the ball. Two top receivers, bro. It's like it's really that bad right now in the quarterback situation. Like we projected to make play, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. And Darius, I was telling you this in the spring too, bro. I seen the spring game. I'm like, I don't know, bro. This might be the year where like we fall off, like not completely all the way up, but we're gonna fall off. Like I can tell you right now, this is three for sure losses I'm locking in right now, and I hate to say one of them because we play them at the end of the year. I'm saying that one right now for sure. That's
I'm
a
not
lock
saying
on the
it.
loss.
I'm not saying
I'm
it.
not saying it either. I'm not saying it either. But it's like the way this shit looking. It's like, bruh, we're not gonna be ready by the time it's time to play them, bruh. We're not. Just
Bro.
off this one, just off last night game, we're not ready for them. Penn State, we're not ready for them. Notre Dame, we're not ready for them.
I
We're
bet you
not
need to wait for
ready.
Notre Dame.
And it's like, and I'm sitting like, bro, do we need to go with the freshman quarterback? Like, see what he got or something? Like, just to see? Cause I mean, like, we need some shit to shake. Like, real talk.
One, they have bad recruiting.
That's
Like,
what it
how we
all
go
leads down
from
to.
CJ to this? We went from
Like we
CJ
went
to
from
this, as like he didn't learn nothing from CJ.
Justin Fields, CJ to this, bro.
To this
That's the problem,
bullshit.
bro. We need more black QBs at Ohio State. That's the problem. That's the
I
problem.
was just gonna say that too.
Oh my god.
We
Cause
need a
that's
black
the thing.
mobile
It just
quarterback
seemed
with an
so
arm.
slow all game. It was so slow the whole game.
It was, bro.
It seems so slow, bro.
What's another quarterback
What you
situation?
think about Milrow, Zo?
Oh man, I loved Milrow. Yeah, hell yeah,
I
man.
was jealous.
Yeah, you feel me?
Same,
My boy threw
same.
for three, ran for two
Uh,
touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, bro. Like
I didn't know
I
Miro
was just
like a,
waiting his chance.
that boy big QB, bro. Like
Yeah,
that boy actually big. Like I was
Hell
you
watching the
just
yeah.
seen
Alabama
that.
game. It was one play
Yeah.
right. I guess what like a bad stop or something.
Mhm.
He ran that bit
Yes,
in
that's
for a
what I was trying to talk
touchdown.
about.
I said, bro, that boy is so big.
Bro,
He's
that's
like
that's
an
the
actual
thing.
running back, bro.
Yeah.
That boy, like that's the thing. Like we don't normally see quarterbacks like this size. You get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
Wait, can we show the highlight?
the highlight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay, I had to make sure.
Hell yeah. Let me know you got it.
Yeah, I about to
'Cause that's
pull
that's
up.
you feel me? Nigga never really expected to have like a player like that, just like off rip. You feel what I'm
Y'all
saying?
see it?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay.
Alabama. Bad snap. Milrow scoops it up. And he's trying to make something out of nothing. The ad lib for the quarterback in his second start, and he is in. Touchdown,
That's when I was like,
Alabama.
Milrow gonna be a problem. Milrow is going to be a problem. Like he is going to be a problem. I see Alabama going undefeated.
He
I
taught
can't
that whole
cap.
like a running back.
Cause like you ain't go like I don't know like that's what I'm saying like once this Saban get him like up to like not like Bryce Young with like his like not saying like with his playing ability, but I'm saying with knowledge of know what receiver be open in certain coverages and shit, and then his running ability. Problem. 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 I
Yeah,
see what Nick Saban doing.
And
Problem.
then it's gonna be hard for the first person to tackle him too.
definitely.
He getting up out of there.
Like I said, was it last week when we talked, Zoe?
Yeah.
Like I said, Georgia might be like the top dog, like
Hmm.
the current champions, but Alabama's still the team to beat, bro. Like they still the team to beat at the end of the day.
Really like that. Really like that. Had no business losing to Tennessee or LSU last year. Let's just keep it a beam. Had no business. But you know, shit happens. It's college football. And I don't know, man. This year looking nice, but I really want to see how we look next week. Um, that
Against
matters to me
Texas.
a little bit.
That's the test right there.
Now the question is, do you see Jalen being better than Bryce?
Um, I feel like Milrow has better playmakers around him than Bryce Young did, and Jalen Milrow doesn't have to deal with a sucker ass offensive coordinator like Bill O'Brien. Okay, let's address that because if it wasn't for Bill O'Brien, my dog would have been letting it fly. Like how all of a sudden we go from one season to you letting that shit fly with Sharkeezer, where we saw you as a backup, and then all of a sudden when Bill O'Brien, becomes offensive coordinator, this nigga act like there's a monkey on his back and he can't throw 10 yards. Like what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? I understand that we only had one decent receiver in Brooks last year, but at the same time, nigga, let that shit fly. So that's what happened with Bryce Young. But would I say Jalen Milrow is better? Um, that's gonna be tough. I just need to see a game. Like I said, next week is important. You feel me? We got Texas. If he balls in that game, he might have it. Cause you gotta think about it, man. Um before we had damn Bryce Young, we
Mm-hmm.
had a player like you know um I gotta remember his name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't even remember. It's Blake Sims, right? I don't know if y'all remember Blake Sims. Blake Sims was the
Yeah, I remember
last
Blake Sims.
black quarterback who could really tuck it and throw the ball. You feel me? We may not have won a championship that year, but we were lethal. Motherfuckers was scared. You feel what I'm saying? Um, so with this right here and a defense that can back it up, and we're not, and it don't even look like we're gonna be in shootouts. It don't look like that. So I'm ready. I'm excited for this year based off the first game, but the real game I'm looking for is next week. So
Y'all play Texas.
yeah, again,
Mm-hmm.
Did
Yeah,
anyone
watch out
catch
for
that
that game.
Georgia game?
I
No,
turned it off.
cause I know from the kid I looked at the team. I said, "Who the hell TM?" I said, "Bro, who the hell is that?"
I think that's like Tennessee or something like that. I think they're in Tennessee.
I said, I've never seen that name before till now.
But that
Tennessee
kid,
Martin Scott
what's his
Harts.
name? Bowers, the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he was supposed to get some carries. Like he was supposed to be at running back a couple times. I wonder if that happened.
See, man, they stay out tight end, bit.
Stay at tight end. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, they stay out
See, that's
tight
the
end.
thing, man. When they be having these boys do extra shit, that's when they go left. Be like, bro, just
I mean, your
relax.
career go down.
For real, just relax and get ready for the next step. That shit is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie.
Damn, I was just about to say something. I forgot.
Huh?
So I was just about to say something, but I forgot. Damn.
These motherfuckers be having wait 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
6
let's talk
quarterbacks.
about what to look forward to. Let's talk about look forward to tonight's game, LSU versus Florida State in Orlando.
That's the night, right? 7.
That's
Mm-hmm.
tonight, 7:30.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cause I don't know, they always do that. But I'm ready to see LSU lose. I don't, I
You
don't even
want
want to
LSU
say
to
it.
lose?
I don't even want to say it. Cause I do like the kid, The quarterback at LSU. Cause
Jalen Daniels.
yeah, cause I didn't like the way that them boys at Arizona State treated him. You feel me? Like winning his locker
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Nah, I never really heard.
Yeah, bro. Niggas went in his locker, went to take his shit out of his locker. So once that happened, bro, I was like, yo, yeah, it's up. You feel me? Cause it's like they take little things to put a chip on a nigga's shoulder. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So once that happened, I can't really look. I really can't wait. Hold on, is he a okay? He a junior, right?
He a
I
senior.
get senior
He a
this year.
senior? Oh yeah, he done. Okay, because I was about to say I would love to see him play against Arizona State. That's really what I want to see, man. I want to see redemption, man. Like play against your former team type shit,
I whoop
That would be
their ass.
nice.
huh?
And they go ahead and whoop their ass.
Seriously, Florida State. Wow. I ain't gonna lie. I need to work on my prize pick account. I need that shit up.
I need those
But
bookies, man.
make it match on these games.
But I'm telling you, bro. Tell me why they got like a 99% off Dak Prescott. Like, oh, is he gonna throw over 5 yards? Shit, I don't know.
I want bet nothing in Dak Prescott name.
Yeah. Damn,
But
boy, that's all
how
you
you
see
feel
out.
about?
Hmm.
I just remember Michael Pinson played for the Huskies.
Michael Dixon.
Penix,
I
Tampa Bay
didn't
Tech.
catch
Man, Penix, bro. He. I already knew this. I already knew this
Oh,
shit
you
finna
talking about
jump.
Michael Penix?
Isn't it
Michael
Pennis or
Penix
Pinson?
Jr.
Okay, Pennis. My bad.
Penix.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah, 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 yeah. Throwing 5 touchdowns. Hell yeah, I seen that.
Bro, we finally got like a true Tampa QB. Like he represented, bro.
Tampa, yeah, complete. Yeah, complete quarterback, man.
And the thing kind of backfired, right?
Mm.
On my behalf. Go playing with I think with like Frank or somebody. Franco Los. They been talking about dude kept on talking about him, right? I said, I don't know who that is. I don't know him. I don't know who that is. I was just being a complete ass. So they man that came out of nowhere. This guy, they threw like they threw like 5 touchdowns for 50 yards. I was like, damn, that bit backfired on me.
Yeah, I think he started in like Indiana like 2018 or some shit like that. So like he been in college for a minute, right?
Yeah, I think 2018, I believe.
Yeah,
2018, I believe.
yeah. The nigga got extra experience. I
What
guess I
the
don't know.
my boy? That boy do got extra experience.
Extra
Well,
experience is crazy.
well,
Yo,
ain't no damn way. Yeah, that's a long ass time, bitch. Bet that how long I've been out of high school, bro.
6 college seasons. This nigga has 6 college seasons.
Who did?
Michael Penix.
Penix in his sixth season?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
God damn.
Did he have like some injuries or something? Like,
Had to.
Probably. Damn. He a senior? Well, he big like a super senior, right?
450 though. 450. That's not bad.
You know, that good as hell because Santa had 5 or 10 for like 5 touchdowns.
Man, you might as well say this nigga a red shirt senior. Fuck out of here. That
He
shit just
probably
say
did
senior.
redshirt.
That nigga been here for some time.
Yeah, that
No,
nigga
I'm
has
just
a good amount of time. He worked that well for everybody. Worked that well. No, hold on. Nah, besides Alabama, right? Who think gonna come out top on the believe the SEC, except for like Alabama and stuff. Cause you know you still
Uh,
got like Ole Miss, Texas,
like top
A&M,
defense,
everything. I talking like top team.
top team, not naming Alabama,
Yeah,
or what about not naming Alabama or Georgia?
yeah, not naming them.
Um, right now, depending on what they do tonight, right now, I'm predicting LSU simply because of what they did last year and being in Brian Kelly first year as a head coach there. Even me, I was a sleeper on LSU, but once I started to see the progression through their season last year, it's like I can see where things going. Potentially, not as far as right now, but potentially I can see he could lead a group to a championship. But right now, as far as to come out this season out of SEC, I'm going LSU right now.
Mm-hmm. Shit, Zoe.
All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I saw Tennessee. I like what I saw. I'm not gonna lie. Like at first, like I wanted to be like, man, fuck Tennessee. You know they barely beat us. Da 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 da. But no, man, they actually look like they got some, some sharks out there when it come down to how they tackle all of that shit. So I got Tennessee.
There's
I was about to say Tennessee, but well, my top two was Tennessee, LSU. But behind them, I want to say Ole Miss to be honest. I don't know why, but I do want to say Ole Miss behind those two teams.
another
But one
question.
team I don't necessarily want to sleep on, even though the record's not going to show because they have a weak ass offensive line. Quarterback can't really get the ball out, so they can't score. But South Carolina definitely had the dominant defense.
South Carolina.
Them Gamecocks.
That's a crazy ass name, bro. Nickname. What mascot? What the hell that bitch is? What did you play North Carolina last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know I seen that game.
As soon as
But
he
now
snapped the
North
ball,
Carolina
North
looked
Carolina was
pretty
looking
good
back.
on offense though. North Carolina was looking good on offense.
That boy Drake May is definitely a Heisman candidate
Mm-hmm.
though.
Definitely one of the top quarterbacks to look forward to watching throughout the rest of the season. Somebody you could actually put on your draft board.
But how y'all seen like
But I
the
gotta see what
pregame
he do
hype?
every week.
The pregame hype on North Carolina and South Carolina? Bro, they were talking
Nah,
crazy in North Carolina, bro. Oh my goodness, it was talking crazy. That would say after we beat y'all gonna say y'all the basketball team. I said y'all is talking mad crazy in North Carolina.
South Carolina at this point just might as well be a basketball team. The niggas they've been relevant since the Davion.
Yeah, I thought, damn, he didn't do nothing on offense.
Since Jadavion. The last time I heard of a Jadavion, this nigga was calling out somebody on the Titans. He was like, nigga, we ain't never heard of you. And then Jit got the pick. I remember that. That should get replayed every single season.
Hold on, let me see this. Oh, you know who else played today?
who?
Oregon State.
Who they playing?
Let me see. I think Georgia
Do Clemson
State.
play today too?
Oh, San Jose
Yeah,
State, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Clemson
I don't
playing
Clemson
know
played
why
today
these
Duke.
too?
West Coast teams
They
act
play
like they
dude.
special.
Like we finally get to see DJ. We get to see DJ again perform, bro.
See if he unlock his potential, or he's still
Yeah.
DJ.
Oh no.
That boy gonna have to go to baseball, man.
Probably do the
Uh,
whole time.
yeah, go ahead and go to them athletics, them Oakland athletics, and go try to see if you can get you a little pitcher spot or some shit.
Have you played baseball before?
Yeah, I think he was playing in high school,
Oh, you
and
playing high school?
yeah, I think so. And then
Ah,
I think he got drafted by Oakland Athletics.
you should have took
Round
that draft
60.
money. Should have took that draft money. But you know what game, like, a late night game that stood out to me last night? It was
What was
Texas
that?
Tech in Wyoming. That bit was fire. I'm not gonna count. That game was fire, bro. Cause it went to overtime.
Hell yeah, he got drafted by the Dodgers, but hell yeah, take that contract. Man. What the fuck? Take that contract, DJ.
Cause the Texas Tech game, that bit was like a back and forth game, bro. That bit was fire. Like, hold up. Let me show you like the scorecard. You see like a glimpse of that bit. Like you can see why that game was fire, bro.
But it's against Texas. Wait, hold on, hold on,
Oh,
hold on, hold on, hold
oh,
on,
can you
hold
show
on.
it? Can you show
It's
it?
against Wyoming though.
But why we won though?
That's the crazy shit. Hold the fuck. That's hold the fuck up.
Like that
Cause
game was
Texas
going
Tech is not
crazy.
supposed to be having no issue with them, really.
But this goes 17. That boy Wyoming came back and said, "No, I got messed up. We finna score these 17 points back." Then that been like a back and forth game. That game was fire, bro.
That shit is nuts.
And he went for two in OT. That made it more fire at that.
Fuck a field goal.
Yes. They went for two.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm ready to see what Texas looking like next week. Bama
Who
versus
do we
Texas.
got play next week,
Iggy.
Dave?
I need to see. Hold up.
Damn, y'all got Youngstown State. Youngstown State. Who the fuck is that?
I can't even tell you, my boy.
I guess we're gonna start the year 2-0 then.
Yeah.
Shit, I know y'all better score 70.
No, we better score 90.
For real,
Like,
man.
you better make up for what the fuck happened last week. I don't give a damn who it is. It's Indiana, bro. We always blow Indiana the fuck out, no matter what kind of team they have. They could be raw all day. We blow their ass out. This is normal to me. So it's like beating them by 20, that is pathetic. 23 points, that's pathetic.
Hey, hold on. How the fuck FSU ranked number 8?
Good question. I'm not gonna count to you. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
What kind of sorcery is going on? That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Hell.
Cause TCU was ranked 17.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Wait,
saying. I
how
mean,
TCU
bro. You
TCU
gotta
ranked
realize.
17 and Florida State ranked 8, and TCU just played their national championship and got their ass smashed, and FSU played in the bowl game.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta think about it.
That don't
Getting
make
smashed
sense.
65-7. That shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, it's still no joke.
Yo,
Yeah,
that
at
shit
least
be
be ranked
ranked.
top 10. At least you made it. At least you made it that far.
God.
Shit, bro. They're not finna be ranked no more after that loss against Colorado.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Who
But
is?
I just realized, right,
Mhm.
Texas don't have like no time, like they don't have no plan playing Arch Manning, bro.
They have no plan to play Arch Manning.
Yeah, playing Arch Manning. Like don't have no plan. Yeah,
What?
after they were playing Rice, that was a blowout, man. Well, not really, but you know, blowout, man.
Uh,
They brought in as like the second QB, right? I said, damn, I thought Arch Manning about to come in. Nah, he didn't come in. He didn't come in.
oh my God. So you think they probably just gonna save him for next year or what? Red
Most
shirt.
likely. Yeah, most likely, bro. I feel like they might just save all the hype. You feel me? Save all the hype. Bam, that should happen. Then you just play.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even think he should really. Shit, it's hard to really tell, bro. It's really hard to tell, cause if you look at his actual career in high school, he didn't fucking play nobody, man.
Matter of fact, I do believe he might play this season. He might. But it's gonna be like for a money thing, to be honest. Cause all the Arts Many fans are mad that he didn't play.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that
Yeah,
for sure.
he gonna play, but I don't know, man. I feel like you want to hype up Dane because he related to the Mannies. You feel me? And we all know you being related to somebody, not it don't make you good. It don't make you good, bro.
Not at
It
all.
don't make you good.
But what's the depth
Then
chart looking like?
that try then Osman 18? Oh no shit. Oh, tested on that chart.
Yeah, for the quarterback.
Let me look. I guess either three QBs right here. I'm assuming.
Malik Murphy. That's crazy. Why they got him in front? Hold on, because I think ESPN got it right.
Do they? I know Malik played last night. I think the top three QBs minus that Charles Wright dude. Hold on, hell that is. But the top three QBs. Hold on, let's go to ESPN then. Hold up.
So was it like Cole Lord that got in? Cole Lord, something like that.
No, Malik. Malik got
Oh,
that.
Malik Murphy got in.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even watched Texas. I should have watched them. Gotta pay attention to the ops.
See, I pay attention to this nigga. Yeah, to be honest, you don't know what to worry about.
I mean, it's Big 12 football, man. I know folks was like, "Oh yeah, man, they almost beat y'all last year." Almost don't mean shit. Not even
They got more
close.
QBs. Damn.
Damn. So Milrow to have more rushing yards than what's his name? Jace. Make sure I got that right, cause I don't want to say nobody's name.
Wait, Osmani is 6'4".
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, Jace McClellan.
But with 6'4" playing against JV people, bro, that crazy.
That's what I said. Should have went to actual school.
Gonna be a long career for him.
Mm.
Man, so far, week one of college football has been exciting so far.
It's
Exactly what
been a
we
big.
had missed it from this whole 6 months. Exactly what we all did. Just some football.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
needed that. Yeah.
because week 0 was not enough. I was upset. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that really surprised me um, about that week was the kid Zach Branch. And hold on, let me see what happened. Because the way he just came out on the scene, you know what I'm saying? Week 0 was kind of crazy. Hold on, let me see what he did. So did they have a bye week this week or what? Could have sworn they played. Or am I tripping?
Yeah, who played?
Oh, they got a bye week. All right, but I didn't know they had a bye week. Yeah, but yeah, for the first game, yeah, that was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. So I can't wait to see what he do next week.
You know I want to make mad now.
These niggas played. Hold on, what happened?
I want to make all the USL Bulls fans mad.
Oh, if I'm what you mean? If I'm a
Y'all
UFC fan. I'm,
boys, y'all boys need help. Y'all need help. To be honest, I think the only win they're gonna have against FAMU.
that's the only win they gonna have. You said.
Yeah, I believe so.
You might be
and
on
the
something there.
in the close in the close win against Navy.
I feel like their worst loss. I feel like their worst loss of the year is gonna be against Alabama.
Do you think?
They gonna get
Well,
fucked.
wait, my
Oh
bad.
my god.
We know, cause they might not. They might not cross the 50. They might not. They might not cross the 50. That
It's gonna be
defense is too serious, but they might not cross that shit.
that shit finna be sad. That's all I can say.
I need like a 73-0 for Alabama, bro.
Damn.
No, and it's Saban. He's just gonna keep the game simple so he can get up out of there. He gonna keep it too simple, and they only gonna drop 49 points when we know they can drop 80,
Hell yeah.
and he gonna call it a day. Nick
Oh
He
Saban
no.
put all the
football.
second string in.
Mm-hmm. He gonna run the ball because he don't give a fuck. He just trying to get the game out the way. He already knew they was gonna whoop their ass and get up out of there. Cause I have not seen Alabama drop no more than maybe 66 points on somebody trash, and
That's
that's
why I say I
probably
want
one
to see
time
what
ever.
Chillin do. He got to
Y'all
get hella
saying
yards next week.
y'all saying Nick too nice?
Yeah,
Huh?
cause I feel like Nick only really like actually expand the offense or you know what I'm saying go deep into details or game plan is against certain opponents. But trash ass teams like USF and where they played yesterday, he don't give a fuck about. He not sweating about them. Hey, my
I mean,
phone is dying, y'all boys. I'm gonna have to holler.
it's all right,
Yes,
man. I
sir.
appreciate you for hopping on, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all boys be easy.
All
All
right,
right.
man. Well, what else stood out to you, bro, about this weekend?
Um, think that's it. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, bet. So before I'm done, let's talk about FSU, LSU. Who you got?
I have a feeling that LSU gonna take it.
Okay, I could agree with that too. So I'll go LSU. Um, Oregon State, San Jose. Who you got?
Oregon State. Okay, I got Oregon State.
Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go Oregon State, but it's gonna be close. I don't want it to be, but that's pretty much how it's gonna be set up.
but
Um,
depending on DJ, who knows?
exactly, exactly. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Oregon State. Fingers crossed. How about that?
It's fake.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
But yeah, man,
time for
I
that boy to
appreciate.
redeem himself.
No, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When it came down to DJ, I thought he was really finna go to like a D2 school. So the fact that Oregon State actually gave him opportunities kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yeah, bro. I appreciate you for hopping on for me.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see you Tuesday. You feel me? We'll be back on our shit. The first game, NFL game, is Thursday, right?
Yeah. This Thursday.
All right. All right. All right, bro. I see you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Got that that college recap done. Gotta get ready for a balloon release from my aunt. Rest in peace. I love you to death, girl. Let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead and start reacting to Chillin. Yeah, so what's up with Fresh and Fit? What happened to them? Fresh and Fit. Oh yeah, these the motherfuckers who was talking crazy about the girls every time they put them on the platform. Damn.
Vote should carry half as much weight. Should women vote? I think their vote should carry half as much weight as men's.
So you're in the middle.
I'm in the middle. I think women should have the ability to vote, and it depending on what position they hold. If they're in the military and they're some type of government service, then I think absolutely their vote should count all the way. But if it's just a female and she doesn't have any type of civil service or anything else, like
what?
Keep going. Wait, hold on. Don't keep what? If they hold a certain type of position. Shit.
Like the dumbest argument.
Yo, these niggas hate democracy.
Yeah, just
and
hate
with the
it.
American flag in the background.
Which is the most ridiculous thing in the world, bro. And this nigga was a part. He was a part of a civil service in America, bro.
Why are we going backwards, like morally? Why are we trying to convince you? Don't even believe that.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
That's what I'm, bro. Come on.
Because if a nigga say, "Oh yeah, your mom don't hold no political position, or she never been in the military," why the fuck should her vote? But I bet money he'd be upset.
What? It's such a crazy, nasty grift and pander. Like, what are we doing right now?
Oh,
bro?
they don't deserve to. What do you mean? By that logic, should we also have standards for what type of man should be able to vote?
Oh no, that's what he says next.
Okay, good. I want to hear it.
then I think it should be, and this goes for the men too.
Right.
Certain guys shouldn't vote either. If you're working at McDonald's, etc., should your vote count all the way? No.
So then it's not a question.
What the fuck? A nigga can't. Bro, you any kind of 9 to 5, you can't work nothing. You can't do no kind of shift. Your vote don't matter. That's crazy.
On God, that's one of the craziest arguments
I've ever heard
in a very long time.
I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Why do they think working niggas that believe making less money it makes you less valuable?
Yes, that is.
Bro, y'all niggas obsessed with bread, bro, and it's sad, bro. Like, it doesn't make you less of a human, nigga, because your right as a human in this country constitutionally is to vote. They didn't say unless you work at a fast food restaurant or make less than $25 an hour, in which case you should be able to vote, bro. If you work security, if you work entry-level jobs, you can't vote, unfortunately.
No.
It's just executive, C-suite level, niggas with Bugattis and stuff like that. Their votes are worth 10x.
God. And
if you got a Bugatti,
it depends on what you're driving, nigga.
Hey, nigga.
Let's get the voting still out the gate. Fuck democracy. What type of keys you got in your pocket, nigga?
Yeah. Hey, where do you live? How many square feet, man?
Yeah, we need to know how many square foot, yard space, the type of car you drive, nigga, your income, your savings, all that, bro. We need to know. You gotta.
I feel like that's what all people need in order for you to get an apartment. They need all that information.
Bugatti, you get 10 votes. All right. If you got a Ferrari, Lamborghini, you get 9 votes. You got a Camry, my nigga.
Yeah.
You get half of a vote. If you have anything past 2005, don't even show up to the booth.
If you have over 25 bodies, good luck, buddy. Your vote doesn't count. Okay?
It doesn't count.
For women, of course.
For women, of
For
course.
men, 25 plus bodies gives you double the vote.
But if you ain't get no pussy, I don't want to hear your political views, nigga. I don't want to hear it. You ain't got no political views. Can't tell me anything about what the economic structure looks like if you can't get no pussy, nigga. So I don't know what to tell you, bro.
That's so deranged.
In your mind, women. It's a question of should people not engaged in civic duty vote?
Yes, but to be honest with it, let's keep it 1,000. That's gonna immediately put a majority of women as only half voters.
Right.
Exactly. So we might as well just beat around the bush. I don't know why he just did all that. Let's just get, I don't know why he beating around the bush.
Why is having voter even a thing?
You know what you wanted to say, my nigga.
To be
I don't
said.
know why you beating around the bush all this
Oh,
time.
y'all niggas is trying to get clicks, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think they mean this shit, bro. I just don't. I think it's such a dumb take. I don't even think you're dumb enough to say it for real.
Fields that's the career fields and life decisions that women make in general.
Well, so yeah, do you want to respond to this?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here, but I think part of the problem is that the view, I guess our views of women are so much different, because when I think of a woman, I think of a woman who runs a household and raises children and does the most beautiful thing that you can possibly do. So I see so much inherent value in, I think,
Which we agree is important.
okay, but I kind of feel like what we're doing here is we've trained as men, women, we've incentivized certain behavior, and now we want to discount them because they're giving the men what they're asking for, which is OnlyFans, Instagram, ass shots, and then we're saying now suddenly that they're somehow less valuable.
Takes two to tango.
Well,
Right? A lot of the stuff that we're seeing women do, it's like men
They're
are
filling demand is all they're doing.
well, we
This the motherfucker that only makes sense on here so far.
allowed them to do this, so you are correct in that sense, because as men we're leaders. But I will say this: if we're talking about votes here, women are more easily swayed.
Why did he say something?
No, that's what
He was
he
getting.
had, but he always has to make sure he's establishing
We're leaders though.
men are better. I understand what you're saying, Tim. I get what you're saying
About that
man.
demand shit,
That
but like
demand shit
it
made
was
a lot
us
of sense.
leading that OnlyFans demand.
But let's be clear, we still let that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Alright? Don't give women too much fucking credit with this now.
because we led with that.
We still let that shit now.
Yeah.
We still let that.
To one direction or another, because once again they follow leadership to depending on who they see as important. So ultimately speaking, if I'm gonna go for votes, I swear the women, I'm gonna win.
So
Well,
you're saying, but what you're saying is that we as men are ineffective leaders, and therefore, because we cannot lead properly, that now the women should have a half a vote or no vote or what? Like, to me, I'm always like looking first internally. What did I do? How did I fail here? Or what was the point of failure that happened here in leadership? And everything I'm hearing is like men have failed in many.
Well,
Yeah, by letting women vote. So that's how they fail. I mean, let's keep it 1,000.
So first, I'll address what you said. I believe the science is clear that women are more agreeable, men are more disagreeable.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's harder to convince a guy. He'll challenge you. He'll headbutt you. A woman is going to try and make things smooth over. There's a lot of positives to being agreeable and a lot of negatives to being disagreeable, and vice versa. It's pros and cons. Men and women are different and complementary.
Now, there's an agenda, though. Of course, this
Like-
we can go deeper here, get more serious. But to be real here, men were at the helm of this because once again, we put certain policies in place, we allow things to happen, and as a result, the family's destroyed. Now, when it comes to women, obviously they're human beings as well. Equally, we're all human beings. But to be fair, when it comes to voting, and
Why did it hurt him to say equal beings?
Turn this shit off. The way he explains things really fucking pisses me off. Certain things you don't have to say, bro, because we all know that.
Oh, we don't know now. These niggas when it came to voting, it wasn't equal at that point. So he is now establishing,
We're
just
humans.
in case we're humans and we're equal. Just in case you didn't know that out there, playback. We are humans, we are equal. Women are also humans and they are equal. You know, the rhetoric that they spew, you might get confused sometimes, but
Just the way he talks, my brain can't help but just stop thinking. Like, it just tunes everything this fucking goober says out.
as well, equally, we're all human beings. But to be fair, when it comes to voting and political views, it can be swayed in any direction, which means by default, they should vote.
But so
look, man, let's keep it a
let
million.
me-
Women are
I don't know
communitarians.
what he said. I tried so.
Equally, we're all human beings. But to be fair, when it comes to voting and political views, it can be swayed in any direction, which means by default, they should vote.
But so
Look, man, let's keep it a million.
What the fuck did he say?
Women are
I don't know
communitarians.
what he said. I tried so hard to. What did he say?
he's basically saying women are just more easy swayed because they're agreeable more. And because of that, then because they're more agreeable, then it's going to sway in the direction of women voting.
He should have just said that.
Tend to vote Democrat. They tend to vote for, hey, let's give everybody $1 versus giving the best person $1. They don't base. They're their values a lot of times are not aligned with meritocracy. They want everyone to benefit, which is cool, I guess, if you like communism. But if you're a capitalistic guy, you want the best to succeed.
You like communism. They were just thinking about how they could destroy democracy a second ago. You like that, nigga? How dare you blame someone else for being anti-democratic after telling people they don't have the right to vote the way you had the right to vote because they work at McDonald's? Oh my God. Is that... No, I think he's being serious, and it's pissing me off. I thought they were joking. I thought they were just grifting, and now I think he's dumb. What the fuck are we talking about? On God, I thought they was just literally
Nah, this nigga dumb.
grifting.
No, that's what he said.
But now I think they're being dead ass, and it's genuinely making me concerned.
Yeah, that's what they said, bro.
Wow, what in the cope? What in the cope is going on, you anti-democratic fuck? Don't you ever accuse somebody of being, you are the communist in this conversation.
Oh, fuck. In my opinion, a lot of this red pill or manosphere ideology just crumbles because, especially the men who keep blaming women for things. If you all believe that men are the leaders, if you all believe that men are the ones who set things in stone because they have the power, and really up until the last 20, 30 years, men have undeniably had more power in terms of in the workforce, voting, and yada, yada, yada for majority of American history, then you would have to agree that men brought us to this point. And the reason why when I watch this and I just watch it back again, it just feels like they're pandering to their audience because their audience, not the nigga, the nigga with the Bugatti and the $100,000 watch who just peels off on a whore who's not going to hop in the car and then hop on the yacht. No, not that nigga. The nigga that's in y'all's chat who then after gets done slandering a woman on the show, then goes to her IG, goes to her OnlyFans, and then pays her money. Those niggas. And you all know for a fact that those niggas are y'all's audience. Those are the people who watch you all. That's literally what you all are doing. And then presenting that to the rest of your audience and then sitting there saying, see, now that's why women shouldn't vote, man. They shouldn't be able to vote, man. Have the vote. You go overseas, you find a woman, you bring her back. Now you're a high value man because she values you. No, nigga, you're a loser. You're a loser here. Just because you went over in Taiwan and led the league in scoring, that does not mean that you're that nigga, bro.
Also, that doesn't make you a leader neither. A leader wouldn't, does it sound like a leader thing to do to declare the entire country not fit for whatever fuck?
For me, just for me. The entire country is not fit for me.
And then go somewhere else. Like, look, the reason why what they're saying doesn't make sense is because if they truly believe that men are leaders and should be responsible, everything that happens, a leader takes full responsibility for anything that happened, right? Then why are they blaming women 24/7 for their issues?
Facts.
Because they got fucking mom issues. That's why. Most of these niggas don't want to admit it, but that's what it is. What is... Oh, how the U.S. stole Puerto Rico. Damn. No, fuck that. I'll watch that later. No, I don't watch that now. Fuck it.
Commonwealth. These are places. It's easy to forget that the US still has colonies. But we don't actually use the word colony. We prefer words like unincorporated territory or commonwealth. These are places where people are subject to US rule, but don't enjoy the full rights that other Americans do. I want to tell you about one of them, Puerto Rico.
So what is Nebraska? Never heard of that.
When you're in Puerto Rico, you're not just in a vacation paradise. You are in a part of the United States. It feels like the United States, but it also feels distinctly different. This feeling, this limbo state, didn't happen by accident. In fact, it's perhaps the best example of the lengths the United States has gone to hold on to land. So let me show you how the US kept their colony in the Caribbean, using brute force, spying, and the abuse of land and people. This is how the US stole Puerto Rico. Pause the video really quick. I need to just tell you something, which is that about 3 years ago, I started seeing a therapist because I was kind of not in a happy place in my life and needed to talk to somebody. And it kind of changed my life. It really changed my life. I'm telling you this because it has to do with who's sponsoring today's video. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today. What I can say that makes BetterHelp there, it's not limiting owners for now, but in the Spanish Empire today's video. And now let's dive back into Puerto Rico. Okay, so it's 1898 and the Spanish Empire looks like this, but it's faltering. A lot of its colonies are fighting for independence. The United States gets involved and allies with a lot of these independence fighters. They say they want to liberate these colonies, and so they get into the war and they win. But instead of liberating Spain's colonies, they just take them for themselves. And one of those colonies was Puerto Rico. And so on an ordinary Tuesday in the late 1800s, there was a quiet ceremony that takes place on the governor's balcony in San Juan. After 400 years of Spanish rule, Puerto Rico, this island in the Caribbean, is simply passed from one ruler to the next. And this
Could you imagine getting passed off like that? That's crazy as fuck. Like, it was like, hey man, I rule that shit over there. Go ahead and take care of it, man. Just make sure they, don't act out alone. And America was just like, alright, but and then they took that shit for themselves. That's crazy.
Begins an unprecedented experiment in the Caribbean for the United States, an operation to extract resources, money, labor, and military protection from this small, beautiful island. They start by passing a law that gives the US total political control over the island. They start appointing American leaders to govern the island, men who don't speak Spanish, don't know anything about Puerto Rico or its people. Most of these leaders treat the assignment like a business venture. Like this one guy who, when he was the leader of Puerto Rico, starts to give public Puerto Rican funds to American-owned businesses on the island. Then he stacks the government with American loyalists. And then eventually he resigns, but then he returns to the island to build a sugar kingdom. Now with the help of all of the political officials that he had appointed, this company balloons into the largest global sugar business on earth.
And when it's Domino, you're sure it's pure.
I use Domino sugar.
At the same time, US banks descend on the island, giving out very predatory loans and then foreclosing on land, gobbling it up and turning it into, you guessed it, sugar farms. Puerto Rico is slowly turning into a sugar island and becoming more and more dependent on shipments from the mainland. The US enacts a new policy that says that anything going into Puerto Rico has to be transported by American ships with American crews. So of course this skyrockets the prices for locals, which is made worse by the fact that the US government had devalued and then outlawed the local currency. So now every Puerto Rican lost almost half of their wealth overnight. And as a part of this push to lock Puerto Rico in as their colony, they forbid Spanish in schools and public institutions. And so in this very short amount of time, the US turned Spain's former colony into this giant sugar farm, stripping down local identity.
What the fuck? And then don't want to help when it come down to disasters. Took forever for y'all to help with hurricane. What it was, Irma? Bitch, it's still people who still ain't got power. What the fuck? Like, okay.
And language and culture in the process, and locking the people under their control. And then Congress gives Puerto Ricans US citizenship, which conveniently was just in time for a giant global war. So Puerto Rican men got sent to the front lines to fight for the country that was in the process of pillaging their island. By 1922, a series of Supreme Court cases had solidified Puerto Rico as a, quote, unincorporated territory, which is just like word salad for the US Constitution doesn't fully apply here. I mean, think about it. Unincorporated territory, this intentionally contradictory jargon that came from these men hundreds of miles away. But honestly, the message was very clear. Puerto Ricans did not look or sound enough like Americans to actually be a part of the United States. By the 1930s, big banks owned 60% of these sugar farms, 80% of the tobacco farms, and 100% of the railroads and shipping facilities. At the same time, Puerto Ricans were being paid less than 4 cents an hour. If you put that into today's currency by inflation, that's like $1 an hour. Poverty and malnutrition start to grip this island. All the while, the US is turning the island into an essential military outpost. See how Puerto Rico juts out a little bit into the Caribbean? It served as a strategically positioned island to help protect trade routes and a place where you could refuel ships. Over time, more and more military bases and installations start to pop up on this island. The US would go on to test thousands of bombs in Puerto Rico, leaving behind one of the most hazardous waste sites in the United States. And by the middle of the 1900s, Puerto Rico really starts to mirror what the US envisioned. Puerto Rico, the sugar metropolis. Puerto Rico, the land of low wages and abundant laborers. Puerto Rico, the irreplaceable military outpost. The empire that billed themselves as the liberators from Spain is now.
So we didn't necessarily have an Auschwitz. We had a whole motherfucking country that was just built off slave shit. Like, bro, that's fucked up. And then to take their whole currency, bro. Puerto Rican currency. How much you want to bet that shit was probably beautiful? Hold on, let me look this up. When did they completely like devalue that shit? That's crazy. The currency devalue. Damn. So like what, 2007? No, but when did they get rid of their bill? Puerto Rico. See, look, that shit looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They have some beautiful currency. That is cool. Got a $200 bill, bro. Look at that. American money look like shit. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, man. Alright, back to the video. Distracted.
Now an overlord, and the locals start fighting back. The fight is led by this guy, Pedro Albizu Campos. He's this poor kid who ends up going to Harvard. He graduates valedictorian from Harvard Law School. He serves the US in World War I and even helps draft Ireland's independence constitution. Like, the guy's kind of a superstar. Ultimately, he returns to his hometown to attempt the impossible, Puerto Rican independence. But soon, Campos would find himself bouncing in and out of prison for 25 years.
Cuando los adultos de la patria tienen que salir despavoridos de sus lares, no tienen siquiera salida a países extranjeros distintos del poder enemigo que nos oculta. Tienen que ir a Estados Unidos a ser los esclavos de los poderes económicos de los tiranos de nuestra patria.
Things haven't quite escalated. This movement is just starting. Campos comes back to Puerto Rico with the goal of total separation from the United States, and people join him. A lot of people, just everyday, ordinary Puerto Ricans who are fed up with being exploited. They join them, they organize, and they call themselves the Nationalists. They run for office, they go on strike, and they fight back against this superpower that has been exploiting them. Momentum begins to pick up. And then the dominoes really start to fall. There was this American doctor. His name is Cornelius Rhodes, and he went to Puerto Rico saying he's going to do like health research or something. We know what he really was doing and thinking because he wrote this letter. Let me read it to you. He writes that Puerto Ricans are, quote, beyond doubt the dirtiest, laziest, and most degenerate and thievish race of men ever to have inhabited this sphere. And he goes on.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't even know the people. Just be talking.
To say that it makes him sick to, quote, inhabit the same island with them. But he doesn't stop there. He says that Puerto Ricans need, quote, something to totally exterminate the entire population. And then he admits to a crime. He says, I have done my best to further the process of their extermination by killing off 8 and transplanting cancer into several more.
So what, this nigga was Thanos? What the fuck? The nigga, yo.
I mean, this is bad. It's really bad. But for a lot of Puerto Ricans, this wasn't surprising. So the staff at the hospital find this letter and they send it around to everyone, and it goes out and it goes viral, and nothing happens to this guy who has admitted to murdering a bunch of Puerto Ricans. Actually, something does happen. He gets on the front cover of Time magazine. To the nationalists, this letter confirms something that they already knew. It actually wasn't that surprising. There was an awareness that, yes, America loves Puerto Rico for their soil and their labor and their strategic location, but hates them as people. So after this letter, the movement explodes. It gets to the point where the US and their puppet government on the island can no longer ignore this movement. Soon, a bunch of new officers are hired and trained and armed with machine guns and tear gas. But the nationalists keep fighting. Then in 1935, police kill 4 nationalists at a university event. The nationalists retaliate by killing the police chief. Then, without trial, the police execute his killer and arrest Campos, the leader of the movement, for plotting to overthrow the government. Campos is given this rigged trial with a jury made up mostly of mainland Americans, and he gets sentenced to prison for 10 years. A few months later, people are out peacefully protesting on Palm Sunday, and the police start shooting into the crowd. Men, women, children, and elders are all clubbed and beaten to death and shot in the back as they run away.
Pussies.
19 are killed.
Pussies. None but American puss-ass motherfuckers, man. Just went down and just shot a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans for nothing. It ain't just black, bro. It's the Browns too, man. It's the Brown brothers and sisters too. And what we arguing for? What is we against each other for, man?
And over 100 are wounded, but it still doesn't put down the movement. The violence only pours fuel on the fire. Back in Washington, D.C., they're starting to get worried that this independence movement is just going to keep building. And they don't want to give up their island in the Caribbean. There's still plenty of money to be made off of Puerto Rican soil and labor, not to mention the military bases that they had there. So they turn to an extreme measure, something that, as I learned about and as we reported on, has been blowing my mind in a way that I study this stuff a lot. I look at the behavior of empires. I look at how they control people. I've never seen this before. It starts with FBI agents who come to the island to work with the police of Puerto Rico. They have one simple mission: to spy on anyone who they deem politically subversive and to sabotage them, and thus sabotage the independence movement. So they spy on everyone. They spy on the nationalists who are part of the movement, but also their friends, their partners, their sexual partners, their business colleagues, their children. They track down criminal records and mistresses and debtors and creditors and photos and license plate numbers, school transcripts, and even the guest list to weddings. Like, they got really, really detailed. They started listening in on phone calls and intercepting letters. Everything was fair game. The idea was to create panopticon, this idea that they're always watching. They also started to cultivate relationships with a network of informers. Often the victim's family or friends or neighbors would get sucked into this state spying apparatus. The FBI uses payments and coercion and manipulation, which often forces people to turn on each other, causing divorce and broken friendship and fractured communities. Much of this was done undercover. Like, these FBI agents would just be dressed in normal clothes, but would be constantly surveilling the people around them. Oh, and we know about this because they documented everything. If you were a person of interest, you probably had a file. All of these files, they're called the carpetas. Our story producer, Rafaela, went to San Juan to see the carpetas firsthand.
So I'm at the General Archive building in San Juan in Puerto Rico to see these secret surveillance documents that were collected on thousands of Puerto Ricans over so many decades.
After weeks of work, I finally got to look at las carpetas to see what was actually in these files. And it's kind of creepy, I have to say. You see specific times and dates and details from meetups, detailed descriptions of the locations where people are just meeting, all of the names of people involved, these subgroups that were potentially supporters of the independence movement. You get these highly detailed physical that were potentially supporters of the independence movement. You get these highly detailed physical descriptions of the people that they were tracking, their occupation, the model of their car, their license plate number.
But I was pointing out that this shit said Fuki. And I was wondering, like, why everybody was worried about a bit of Fupa. What does it have to do with this? But I'm wrong. Spooky.
Supporters of the independence movement. You get these highly detailed physical descriptions of the people that they were tracking, their occupation, the model of their car, their license plate number, and all of their moves, all of their activities, what they were doing, who they were supporting. And even for those who moved away from Puerto Rico, they continued to track them, knowing exactly what apartment they lived in the Bronx. They speculated about their nationalistic tendencies. And then you see these interviews that agents were having with people close to the target, where their personal beliefs are revealed, like one who thought that Puerto Rico would be repaired with socialism and independence. You can see a source telling these agents that they're afraid that their friend had become friends with the leaders of the independence movement and had been inducted in because of this friendship. And of course, these informants request that all this information they're spilling to the agents, quote, be kept secret. These agents would even interview family members. Like, there's this whole transcript of the agents talking to the mother of someone who was suspected to be a part of the independence movement. Oh yeah, and in all of these documents, you see an obsession with who had guns. It's hard to overstate how exhaustive this spying effort was and how powerful it was. The FBI was able to use all of this
down to the T, like down to every single thing. What the fuck?
Information to intimidate and blackmail and punish suspected nationalists. I mean, there are thousands of these examples, from children being like kidnapped and put into a helicopter by the FBI to people being denied government jobs, all because they had a carpeta. At the end of the day, it was psychological war against Puerto Ricans who wanted independence, and it worked horrifically well in dividing these people and making them feel powerless because they were always being watched in their most personal of moments. Oh, and it wasn't just a couple of years, this lasted for decades. Eventually it gets to the point where Campos and the nationalists see no other way other than armed revolution. In the fall of 1950, the nationalists declare Puerto Rico as an independent nation. They attempt to seize towns, to set government buildings on fire, to cut phone lines. They try to assassinate the governor. And let's be honest, it's 1950. Like, the United States is...
So what if this whole Maui shit is about? Hey, I know Maui was stolen too. Not stolen. I ain't mean to do that. I know Hawaii was stolen too, nigga. But what if they just did this whole little fire shit for something? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they did, so don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Rizzo said this. No, don't say that. I just simply, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, hey, what if? Shit, they can let Marvel do a whole series, nigga. I could do one. What if?
easily the most powerful country to have ever existed. These people had no chance of winning against the newly crowned global superpower. Their goal was to bring attention to the world, to pressure the US to give up its colony. But instead, the United States responded by dropping bombs, the only time in the history of the United States where they bombed their own citizens. One survivor of the revolution was interviewed 5 years ago and said that it was a David against Goliath situation, and that their leader told them that they might die, that they might succeed, but that at least they would have let the world know about Puerto Rico. During this revolution, many of the fighters wore their Sunday best, ironed suits and pressed ties, because they knew they would die. They had a cause they were fighting for. In the end, 24 are killed. Puerto Rico really didn't have a chance. President Truman comes out and is sort of like, there was an incident in Puerto Rico, sort of downplays it. And a couple days later, 2 nationalists attempt to assassinate him. The world doesn't come to Puerto Rico's rescue. Instead, the police carry out a mass arrest, throwing 3,000 people in jail. A few years later, 4 nationalists opened fire in the chamber of the US Congress. Campos is arrested again, and this time he's sentenced to 80 years in prison. There's evidence that during this time in prison, Campos was exposed to extreme levels of radiation. The consequences allegedly gave him a stroke and left him paralyzed and unable to speak. And in the end, the US's wish came true. They silenced Campos for good. After the squashing of the revolution, the surveillance program continued for decades. In the end, it was a total of 50 years of state-sanctioned spying on the people of Puerto Rico. When it all came to light, they estimated that around 100,000 people had files. A lot of people in Puerto Rico knew that this was happening, but they just knew it in their gut. They didn't have any real evidence of it. They didn't realize the sheer scale, the methodical approach that the FBI was taking to spy on them and to divide them and to psychologically debase them. In total, it was 1.8 million pages of documentation. And many of the victims of this spying are still alive today. I think the carpetas are a really powerful signal of how the US kept its colony in the Caribbean. They were the cementing of what the US had done from the beginning, which is create a system of reliance and oppression where people lived and died under the thumb of this massive superpower that was exerting very, very aggressive control over these people who were American citizens. It's hard to fully understand and impossible to relate to the psychological impact that this program would have on the people that it affected, but also the generations who came from the people who it affected. Imagine such a pervasive force that was sowing division, mistrust, betrayal, and fear, not just of the government, but of each other. Puerto Rico never got independence. And to this day, they remain an unincorporated territory, which means that they don't have the same rights as other American citizens. And the status of the island is a heated debate. Many Puerto Ricans value the modern-day benefits of being connected to the US, but at what cost? This is backlit by the US's lasting control over the island. And even though the people of Puerto Rico served in our armed forces, they still can't vote for the president. They still don't have full representation in our democracy. And yet, Puerto Rico still has this immense impact on American culture and life. The food, the music, the dance, the art from this island, it's a part of what it means to be American. And yet, I think most of us don't really think about the status of this place very often, or its history. It's only when there's like a hurricane on this island, and we see the US kind of barely show up relative to how they show up for their other citizens. Only then are we reminded that Puerto Rico is a colonial possession, one taken in war and exploited through predatory and racist policies, and then held on to through a massive amount of state force, spying, violence, and repression. And what we're left with is yet another example of a place whose vibrant spirit and culture and people are somehow able to shine through the dark fog of colonial abuse that has left deep wounds on this island.
Hell yeah, bro. Something to understand, next time people want to be disrespectful toward, my Puerto Rican homies, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about me, dog. Like, I love people, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let me rephrase that. I love good people. You feel what I'm saying? I don't just be going out here being friendly, like, no more. You feel me? I learned a lesson. Let me tell you, like, I had some people who I thought was gonna be some homies, dog. really thought was gonna be some homies, man, but they turned out to be the fakest people I've ever met. You feel me? So trust me, man. Just watch who hands you shaking, who you calling friend or homie, man. For real. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. And if you a person that's working on yourself, don't listen to those people who don't have it together, try to down you. You feel me? 9 times out of 10, they life ain't shit either. I'm telling you, bro. And I'm speaking from experience, cause you already know that. And just love yourself. I know that shit easier said than done, but I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling you, when you smile in that mirror and you looking at yourself, you feel me? That's the most powerful thing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Self-love is the most powerful power you could have. You feel me? But that being said, dawg, I appreciate y'all family for chilling with CuZo, man. Y'all take care.